Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. The only show that isn't on a Monday despite being called Monday Night Raw. Anyway, we are here. We are just under 2 weeks away from Money in the Bank. We're pretty much closer than a week and a half at this point, but gloss over that. Anyway, last week was another interesting night for the Monday Night Raw brand. The Money in the Bank competitors were revealed, and of course we saw a little bit of an altercation between the World Heavyweight Champion and the #1 contender. Well, tonight there is a lot more going on this show, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be. You see there's something that is very, very interesting indeed, and that is that we're going to be hearing from none other than Mordecai. After what he did last week, I wonder what is on Mordecai's lips. I wonder what he has got to say to the Undertaker, to the Monday Night Raw crowd, to the general manager, to whoever it may concern. Mordecai has come out with a mean streak to him, and I wonder what he will do here tonight in his talking. I think is the simplest way to put it. It's going to be something that is going to be very interesting, because for as much as Mordecai has talked, last week showed that he still has the ability within him to deliver some painful moves, and the Undertaker certainly found the receipt of that. But anyway, that's not all that Monday Night Raw has going for it here tonight. The main event going to be another interesting one. One of the members of the Money in the Bank ladder match representing Monday Night Raw is going to be in action. It's Roman Reigns against the World Heavyweight Champion Marty Scurll. Scurll, of course, is taking on CM Punk on that night as well on June 17th. That is going to be a very competitive match between those two men who both want a crucial win for them heading into Money in the Bank. It matters way more for Scurll than it does for Reigns, but it's a match that both need to win and neither can afford to lose. And after what Marty Scurll did last week as well, I wonder what will happen. That's all to come here tonight on Monday Night Raw, but we're going to start things off in the tag team division. So without further ado, let's get to it. So here we are, ready to kick off Monday Night Raw in the tag team division. I don't truthfully know what's going on here, but what I do know is that the word around town, and by the word around town I mean what I was given in the sheet for this match card, is that Dean Malenko has found a new tag team partner. Now, he was partnered with Chris Benoit at one point, but due to a falling out of sorts with the Monday Night Raw roster and the Shooterverse as a whole, I can confirm that Chris Benoit is gone. He is kaput, he is out of here, he's out the door, and the door's been shut on him and he's not coming back. So, while that is, something that you may want to worry about, Dean Malenko has been quick to act, and over these last few weeks has been finding himself a new tag partner. And Malenko said he's gone outside of the box in order to find this man, in order to find someone who would certainly shake things up a little bit, not only in terms of Malenko and this tag partner, not only in terms of the tag division as well, but in its own way within Monday Night Raw as well. It's not going to be your run-of-the-mill Monday Night Raw big muscly guy, or charismatic shit stain, or whatever Daro Ronaldo likes around here. Apparently this is a guy who Dean says is certainly out of the mold, and we've also seen him before as well. Dean Malenko was not lying. We have seen him before. He's made his way back into this universe. It is Leo Kruger making a return after some time away for reasons unknown. Leo Kruger has returned to this universe, has returned. Wow. Malenko really wasn't lying. He really has gone out of the box. This is a guy far different compared to the majority of the Monday Night roster. Kruger is not your everyday guy. He is not that normal, like I said, he's not that big muscly guy. He's also not that charismatic little individual that someone likes. This guy is just sick. This guy is the hunter. He looks at his prey, he eyes them up for the key opportunity, and then he strikes and he takes them out. And with Leo Kruger back, and at Dean Malenko's side, of all sides, which is a very, very weird combination, make no mistake about it, I wonder how they'll make it work. The Iceman and the Hunter This one could be very interesting indeed. Kruger stands on the outside right now. It's going to be Malenko and Ryder to get things underway here in this tag team matchup. I wonder what must be going through the mind of Malenko and Ryder and Christian at this point, knowing that that man on the apron is back in this universe and they've got to face him right here, right now. Ryder trying to get out an early counter there against Malenko, perhaps trying to get away from the turnbuckle of the one that has the well, never mind. Forget what I was trying to say because the tag has been made. Leo Kruger is the legal one in this matchup. Atomic dropping a big boot. And here goes Kruger now. Oh, this is going to be powerful for Zack Ryder to take in. The crowd can try and cheer him on all they want. This is not where you want to be at all. Leo Kruger. The very surprising return here on Raw, and is trying to go right after Ryder there, but little counter may have found an opening for Zack Ryder. Interesting how Leo Kruger's showing up when the tag team division seems to be gearing towards a revival Good Brothers matchup. Maybe this is to say that the duo of Malenko and Kruger could be waiting in the corner, could be, waiting to be unleashed, if you will. Christian trying to get something going against Leo Kruger here. Goes up to that top rope. Going to fly, and he gets that chop, though. I wonder what the game plan was for Christian and Ryder. I mean, they knew it was... Oh, God. Oh, there's a hammerlock lariat there. The point I was trying to get across there is they knew it was going to be someone random, but I imagine they didn't know who it was going to be at all. And now that they know who it is, they probably wish it was anyone else but him. What a lariat there from Leo Kruger. He is all over this matchup, and if you've noticed, Malenko has had no intention of wanting to tag out yet. He is more than happy to watch his new tag partner just run rampant over Christian and Zack Ryder. Probably for the best as well. Don't want to get in the way of Leo Kruger at all. And certainly Christian and Ryder are finding out what happens when you do get in the way of these two men. Of this man, rather, simply. Malenko's just chilling on the outside. He's not doing anything. Christian is staggered and dazed. He doesn't really know where he is right now, and Kruger's happy with that. The crowd here in Newark trying to cheer on Ryder and Christian as much as they want, but oh, it may all be in vain. Kruger setting him up for the slice. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy indeed. Leo Kruger. Oh, look at that armbar locked in on Christian there. Sitting down on one arm and wrenching back the other. Christian is in agony right now. Christian trying not to tap out here, and he's just able to sneak his way out of it. But I wonder what kind of state Christian is in as he keeps on trying to fight back here. Tag made, and Malenko is the legal man back in this one now. And here goes the Iceman to work. Christian should have probably tapped out. It probably would have been for the best for him if he did tap out. Malenko now putting the boots to him here, and a lariat will send him over the top rope. The Iceman being a lot more, well, living up to his name a lot more, has to be said. Far more cold, far more calculated. Kruger up on the top rope here. Is he going to have an impact in this matchup? Well, in that sense, yes, he is. Kruger, a little bit of a loose cannon there. Getting in to help out his tag team partner so the tag couldn't be made into Zack Ryder, but there's a real opening here, and the tag is going to be made. Ryder's in here off the tag. Both men fly at each other, neither connects, but oh, Malenko was quicker on the redraw there. And things aren't looking good for Zack Ryder. Tiger Bomb. And this one could end up closing it out. Texas Cloverleaf, you know he's in the ropes. Oh boy. Oh boy, indeed. This has just become a bit, well, it hasn't become a bit of it, has become a pure beatdown here. Zack Ryder on his own. Christian still recovering on the outside. Ducks one lariat, but walks right into another. This is how Leo Kruger just goes to work here after his opponent. He is just methodically breaking him down and giving him no option to come back into this one. Christian's on the apron, but I don't think that's really going to make much of a difference to this matchup, even if he did get back into it. Kruger just been beating him down here. Ryder in yet more trouble. Christian trying to get the tag in there, but to no avail. Kruger now lines it up. Spine buster. That could well end it. Hooks the inside leg. Christian sent on his way. No, he's not, but doesn't matter. Kruger and Malenko are your winners. Well, well, well. What a weird partnership, but one that could end up having a very successful ending to it all. Leo Kruger and Dean Malenko, they worked, like I said, methodically. They worked to tear apart their opponent, and that is exactly what they got at the end of it all. A big victory for them as well. Certainly something that means the most. On a return for Leo Kruger, where Ryder and Christian got torn apart. I think they just kept that match going on so they could enjoy the feeling of beating down their opponents even more. I'm not too sure. It's certainly within the sick mind of Kruger, but I'm not too sure about the mind of Malenko in that regard. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next contest here in the women's division. As the rebuilding continues on, I wonder what will happen up next as Alexa Bliss goes one-on-one against Gail Kim. It's an interesting case for both women, as they both in their own way have claims towards the Raw Women's Championship, but of course, as I said, the rebuilding phase is going on within this division, so really, theoretically, anyone can have their shot at the belt. That is something that must be taken into regard. However, Alexa Bliss has already had the first shot of the belt post-WrestleMania at Vengeance. She accepted the open challenge and took on Rosemary, and it kind of helped to show just how distant everyone else is compared to the wrath of Rosemary. It was over in a few minutes. Rosemary had dominated the matchup and went on to achieve a very quick victory over Alexa Bliss. However, Bliss looks to bounce back from that here tonight against Gail Kim, another woman who had picked up her victory. And, yeah, we've been seeing over the last few weeks, I don't know if I talked about this in the last women's matchup on Monday Night Raw, but since WrestleMania now, or certainly since the supplemental draft, every woman on the Monday Night Raw roster has been in action. We've seen 4 matches not involving the champion, which of course 4 won and 4 lost, and it kind of showed that the more, when it came to sorting out a table, it was kind of a case of it was Bliss, Gail Kim, Asuka, and AJ Lee towards the top, with Carmella, Emma, Alicia Fox, and Natalia down towards the bottom, but of course with Rosemary at the very, very top. That kind of has to be a change. They kind of all want to catch up with one another, and that's something that they've got to work out within this division. It may end up being a group effort to try and bring Rosemary down. But of course, only one is going to be Raw Women's Champion at the end of it all. However, make no mistake about it, this Raw Women's division is stacked with its own talent. Those 4 I just named, but they're even some in the division of not achieving victories have talent in their own right, and Alexa Bliss wanted to start this one off by having a handshake with Gail Kim. Oh, alright. Just socked Gail Kim there. And Kim doesn't seem too pleased about that. She goes right after Alexa Bliss there, following that. Gail Kim, a veteran within the women's wrestling, and has not taken too kindly to the disrespect shown by Alexa Bliss in the early stage of this matchup here. Bliss, who, like I said, is trying to bounce back from her defeat at Vengeance, well, going right after Gail Kim in that fashion is not the way to achieve it. Hurricanrana, though. Alexa Bliss will connect with it, and that's going to frustrate Gail Kim even further. Irish whip here off the ropes comes Gail Kim, but counters Alexa Bliss, and oh, double knee face buster there. But Bliss is able to kick out early on. I wonder if the Raw Women's Champion is watching this, or if she simply doesn't care one bit. Roll up here by Bliss, looking to steal one over Gail Kim, but not going to happen. I wonder if Rosemary is watching this at all, or if she just simply doesn't care. She's beaten these two men before. Women before. Does it really make a difference to her? I would doubt that, in all honesty, but we'll see. Look at this now, she's got it by the throat, and just, oh, a choke STO there by Alexa Bliss. Truly showing no respect at all to Gail Kim. And Bliss is going one step further to try and achieve an underhanded victory here, taking that part of the turnbuckle pad off there, but the speed of Gail Kim running at Alexa Bliss there was too great for Alexa to reverse. Neckbreaker now. And here goes Gail Kim. This is what happens when you get the vicious side of Gail Kim coming out. This is what happens when Alexa Bliss realizes she's made a grand mistake. Wrapping the arms around the neck and hitting that neck breaker there. Cross-armed neck breaker on Alexa Bliss. Is she done for here as the cover is made? Alexa Bliss does indeed kick out at 2. Strikes just being inflicted once more by Gail Kim, just how they were at the start of the matchup. Oh, Kim going after the leg now. Alexa Bliss might be smart, given not only the small frame of Alexa Bliss, but in the fact that she needs her legs to hit a lot of her big moves. Oh, Bliss sends Gail Kim into the turnbuckle now. But, oh, nicely done there. Roll up. Doesn't decide to go for the cover, though. But that definitely could have put Gail Kim off, as could have this one. Insult to injury by Alexa Bliss there. And Bliss isn't going to look for the sparkles, for Twisted Bliss even. She's looking for something else here. Kick in the gut. Alexa Bliss. DDT to Gail Kim. Spiked her head on the mat there. 1. Oh, wow. What an early kick out from Gail Kim. That may change Alexa Bliss's plan up a little bit. Bliss now goes up to that second rope, and now may have to wonder, well, what does she do here? Looks to fly. Hurricanrana, she gets all of it. May have just been instinctive kick out there from Gail Kim. Alexa Bliss getting vicious now. Irish whip, but brings her back in. Neck breaker there by Kim. She's going to take things up high here, up to that top rope. Alexa Bliss could be in trouble right now. Oh, what a guillotine. Well, not a guillotine, just a leg drop there from Gail Kim. That was something else to behold. Counter by Alexa Bliss. Bliss now. Flip powerbomb. And a very interesting offense there from Alexa Bliss, given her usual forte. And Gail Kim kicks out, but she's in a bit of trouble here. She takes a moment to recover outside of the ring. Oh, but socks Alexa Bliss in the face there. And sends her up and over the top rope now. And a drop kick there to the outside is not where Alexa Bliss wants to be, but somewhere that she could use to her advantage. Chop in the chest now, and look at these strikes again, just inflicted here by Gail Kim. These two women starting to get a bit more vicious with each other. Gail Kim really has not let go. That cheap shot at the start of the match. Alexa Bliss almost got her head shoved into the ring pole there and was looking to get out of the way. Uh-oh. Might not, the same is not going to be said for Gail Kim. Oh my goodness! Oh! Rib first into that ring pole. Oh my god! Is there any fight back in Gail Kim after that? That was brutal. Alexa Bliss hopes it's enough. The cover, the count. And Gail Kim barely gets that shoulder up there, but I don't know how much fight is left in the woman. Gail Kim is not responding right now. The referee may have to intervene here because this is bad. This is bad for Gail Kim. She is just being messed around now by Alexa Bliss. Hurricanrana again. Oh, good God. Oh no. Bliss is lining her up again. And as if that wasn't bad enough on the ribs. Insult to injury again. I think the damage has been done here, but Alexa Bliss is just raining it on here. She's just making it 10 times worse. Covers Gail Kim. Will this be enough? No, it won't. And the face on Alexa Bliss there kind of tells the whole story. The face that you can't see, I know. Oh, this is going to end it. This is going to end it, and this could even crush the ribs. Twisted Bliss, and after everything Gail Kim's been through, that's going to be it. Alexa Bliss is victorious. The disrespect at the start, and then everything that led on after it. Alexa Bliss tormented Gail Kim there. The real turning point in that match came when Gail Kim was sent into that ring pole and her ribs crashed into the pole. That was devastating for Gail Kim. I really hope she's alright. That was a heavy hit to take. We can we can only estimate and assume that she'll be alright, but damn, that was rough to witness. But Alexa Bliss proving that she'll go to any extent for victory, much the same as the Raw Women's Champion will. And I wonder if that could make a difference in towards getting her somewhere towards that title. Time will only tell, but as I said before, there are quite a lot of people who want a shot at that title as well. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next contest now. Following his very strong showing in the main event last week, Kassius Ohno has been given another opportunity to impress by the Raw General Manager. He's going one-on-one against James Storm. Alright, here we go. Little update, Gail Kim was getting up on her own feet, but she did require some assistance getting backstage there. We move on, though, to this one. Kassius Ohno and James Storm in one-on-one action. Like I said, Ohno last week deeply impressed the Raw General Manager within that singles match against CM Punk in the main event. He was, of course, with me in the commentary booth watching that matchup up close, and despite everything that happened, Daro said he was impressed. He said he liked what he saw from Kassius Ohno, and he wants to keep on going here. He realizes just how impressive Ohno actually is, and is giving him another shot here to impress everyone here tonight. James Storm is, of course, a guy who's always been around for the most part. I mean, certainly before the supplemental draft he was anyway. He was always around that United States Championship. He was always kind of creeping in for it and always wanted that chance to be champion. He certainly had chances to be champion as well, but never made it stick. Kassius Ohno in his own right has had shots at that US title as well. But maybe bigger things are on the card for Ohno. Of course, no money in the bank for him. There's no title opportunity lining up for him really until the Raw exclusive pay-per-view, which we can confirm will be 2 weeks after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. But that's all we know about it so far. Anyway, we focus on this matchup right now. Storm and Ohno here. Great opportunity for both men. I've been talking about Ohno here, saying how great of a chance this can be for him. But if Storm is able to pick up an upset win, that can do a lot for his career as well. And perhaps get him out of the little bit of the dumps that he's been in as of these last few weeks. But Kassius Ohno right now is taking everything that he got from that main event last week, taking all the momentum that came with it. And the bitter, that bitter pill to swallow of defeat, and is just going all out. Cravat neckbreaker there. Not even a cravat neckbreaker, cravat suplex by Kassius Ohno. Certainly a master of the cravat in his own way. Nice chop in the chest there. Oh! This is what Daro picked up on as well. He was talking about this after the show went off the air. The hard strikes of Kassius Ohno. Just how hard he hits his opponent. James Storm reciprocates that elbow, but when Ohno hits it, you can hear the thump of the elbow. It just goes to show you how vicious he really is, and Dara recognized it, and I imagine CM Punk did as well. Before, of course, Marty Scurll went and did what he did. Cover here now by Ohno, but Storm trying to deny things early on here. This could be a do-or-die opportunity for James Storm. A defeat here tonight, and a lot of bad things could end up happening. A win here tonight, and a lot of good things could come his way. Kassius Ohno took a little bit to set that up there, but hung him out to dry on that top rope and really is in firm control right now over James Storm. What a sent-on splash there by Ohno. Trying to fight back there was James Storm, but all he did was run into a German suplex there and land right on his head. Kassius Ohno going full-fledged, fully to work here on James Storm. There was little response right now that the Cowboy has to anything Kassius Ohno's doing. Into the cover again goes Ohno here. Had a 2 count. Storm is struggling, and I don't think that's due to that's not entirely due to Storm's performance, but also how strong Ohno has been training since last week. And also how much he's been looking to impress since last week as well. Stomps into the gut now. Oh boy. Ohno has something else in store here for James Storm. Perched up on that top rope. Storm's going to have to get out of that one desperately. And it doesn't look like he's done a very good job of that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh indeed. Superplex to Storm. And another cover by Ohno to try and finish things out. Storm still kicking out here, but only barely. Ohno's going to the turnbuckle. Went on about his strikes. Prepare for a big one. Ohno. Discus big boot. And if that didn't knock him out, then Ohno will make sure that he'll be out of it in a few short seconds. James Storm does not look responsive one bit. Is Ohno going to give us the finishing piece here? He most certainly is. KO by Ohno. The elbow drilled in the back of the head. James Storm is out of it. Ohno with a dominating, a dominant victory. There it is. Ohno managed to pull that one out with ease. And it just goes to show you the point that Dara was making last week, how devastating that forearm or any strike of Ohno's can be. CM Punk did his very best to escape it last week, because I think he felt as if he got caught with it, he could be going to sleep. Kassius Ohno is really starting to mature at a strong rate here on Monday Night Raw, and I am happy that that is the case. I said it, over these last few months, really. I like Ohno. I really do. And the Monday Night Raw crowd likes him as well everywhere we go. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that good things are coming for Ohno heading into the next Raw pay-per-view. If he keeps on demolishing people like that with that forearm, or that elbow rather, I see no reason why he won't. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next contest here. Talked about championship opportunities for both these men and that United States Championship. Well, the number one contender for the United States Championship is in action. He's taking on the man who just lost his opportunity when at the United States Championship back at Vengeance. It is Lars Sullivan against Jay Lethal. Well, we certainly saw what Lars Sullivan has been up to over these last 2 weeks in regards to taking care of business. He took care of Daniel Bryan 2 weeks ago, and he destroyed Kofi Kingston last week as well, which was kind of demoralizing to see on both parts. But Daniel Bryan come June 17th at Money in the Bank is going to be there and is going to be ready to give one hell of a fight to this man who's not even waiting to make his entrance. He's not even going to wait. Jay Lethal, please turn around. Lars Sullivan missed. Well done. Sullivan now is getting the strikes on Lethal here. Oh, that vicious knee in the face there with a knee. Trying to remember what it's called. The thing that he has on his knee there, the cast on his knee. Lars Sullivan just drove that into the face of Jay Lethal, and he has given The former United States champion. No time to recover here. What is this from Lars Sullivan? Oh my god, just a brutal feat of strength to Jay Lethal there. And Lethal now becoming the reciprocant of what so many others have felt. The power of Lars Sullivan. Lethal, though, trying to fight on early, but Lars Sullivan just being a bit too powerful for him right now. Make no mistake about it, the crowd did not take too kindly to that attack on Jay Lethal. Lethal, though, slips out of the way. Oh, but it's all in vain there. Kicked back down to the mat. Lars Sullivan has come out with another mean streak going for him. And it is going to be dished out to Jay Lethal, whether he wants it or not. Wherever Dara Ronaldo is here tonight, I imagine he's laughing to himself as he watches this from Lars Sullivan. He's so happy to watch his own roster getting beat down. So happy to watch his champion trying to recover after being put through a table by Lars Sullivan and then hit with a freak accident, not only on the remnants of that table, but the concrete flooring backstage as well. Sullivan now winding up more strikes. Lethal pulls out a little counter. Oh, this is something to see when the, as I said, the former United States champion Jay Lethal is being just dominated in this fashion. Quick Russian leg sweep there, but that is all he had the room to get in. Lars Sullivan is all fired up ahead of Money in the Bank. Hard strike there, and up against the ropes now goes Jay Lethal, and is slammed into them as well. Oh, what more is Sullivan going to do here? We've already seen some feats of power. Here's another one. Powerbomb. And the way that Lethal dropped to the mat there, he did not look in a good state. And Sullivan again with these hard strikes, just raining them into the head of Jay Lethal. Oh, the big man's going up high. This is where things get dangerous. This is where things get really dangerous. Sullivan already with that headbutt. But Lars Sullivan is not interested in winning this matchup just yet, it seems. Maybe he should have been, because Lethal's fighting back a little bit now. Single knee gutbuster there. Can Lethal get some things going for him here? Can he fight on here? Clothesline. Here goes Jay Lethal indeed. Ducks that one. Super kick. And Sullivan goes down. Come on, Jay. This is a great opportunity for you. No. Stay on the money. Oh, and he certainly is. He brings him in here. There's a face buster. Is the champ... the champ? Definitely not the champ. I hope not going to be the champ. Is the challenger in trouble? Definitely not, as that knee cast again drives into the face. I mean, at least he's got a knee pad on it, but still, it adds a lot of force to the move being hit, and it has turned the pace of this match around again. Look at how Jay Lethal now is just being sent flying again and again and again, to the amusement of Lars Sullivan, and I imagine the little kid in Dara Ronaldo. Oh no. Oh, just dumped him on his face there. This is getting a bit much to watch now. Jay Lethal's just being tormented here in his head, being squeezed in with that grip there. Lethal starting to fade out. The blood just being kind of squeezed all together. His head just being squeezed all together. And also Sullivan can look to finish things out in destructive fashion. Freak accident to Jay Lethal. 1, 2, 3. Wow. That happened that quickly. Lars Sullivan just did that quickly. That was... wow. I don't really know what to make of it. No, Lars. Lars, no. Lars, stop. We're crying out loud. Lars Sullivan, after the bell now, attacking Jay Lethal once more. Oh my god, just driving the knee down into the gut there of this man. There is no need for this whatsoever, but Lars Sullivan doesn't care, and I imagine the Raw General Manager won't care either. Sullivan brutalizing Jay Lethal now before Money in the Bank to send a message to Daniel Bryan, the United States Champion. Freak accident is on its way at Money in the Bank. Lars Sullivan again taking care of business in his own fashion. Well, as Sullivan stands there right now over his opponent, just happy with the job he has done here tonight, we're going to have to move on, because after what we saw last week, one of the longest moments we had waited for, one of the most anticipated moments we had waited for, happened Avengers when the Undertaker turned on Mordecai finally. However, Mordecai got his own back last week by making sure that Undertaker didn't qualify for Money in the Bank. Now here tonight, Mordecai looks to talk to the Undertaker, to talk to the Raw crowd. This thing is building up to an almighty conclusion, and Mordecai is only adding more fire to those flames, or more fuel to those flames, whatever you want to say. Regardless of it, Mordecai is going to speak to us up next. And Mordecai took the power of the Undertaker in terms of that gong, and has just stood in the ring right now and is on about nurturing beasts. He nurtured a beast to give him another, and the same beast that went away gave him the Undertaker, referencing Kane and the Undertaker there, and he is on about the betrayal, saying that it got to him in some sense. But he's talking down to the Undertaker, calling him a dog. Last week was only a taste of what is to come. He didn't show hatred towards the Undertaker, but Undertaker still did what he did. Mordecai's not interested in apologies. It's too late for that. He continues this talking down to the Undertaker like some kind of dog. He's going to put him out of his misery. There's no mercy, no forgiveness. Mordecai is going to make sure that his body crumbles away until nothing is left. And Mordecai now with one last chilling message. He is the new shadow of the Undertaker. He can run away should he choose. Mordecai will always be there until he puts an end to the Undertaker, and until Undertaker is the one who rests in peace. Did Mordecai really just say that? Did Mordecai really just say he would be the one to make the Undertaker rest in peace? Oh, after last week, it could be the case. Both of these men are destined to meet in one final, fatal conclusion. Oh boy, things are heating up big time between the Undertaker and Mordecai. I actually can't believe that that Mordecai just threatened to make the Undertaker rest in peace. There are some things that are just phrases, I guess, but when you try and take a phrase, even though it means more than that, from the Undertaker, you really are asking for trouble. But if you can dish it out in return, then wow, we are in for an interesting time between those two men. A man who was able to take the punishment of the Undertaker but dish it out in return was this man, Roman Reigns. He was kind of a centerfold to the whole thing that has happened surrounding Undertaker and Mordecai in its own way, although I think it was building up long before Roman Reigns made his show appear on Monday Night Raw and defeated the Undertaker twice, but it was the match at Vengeance where Reigns defeated Undertaker where it all kicked off after it. However, Roman Reigns has of course got nothing to do with that anymore. That is behind him, and the focus for him is Money in the Bank. But the other focus for him here tonight is Marty Scurll, the World Heavyweight Champion. Roman Reigns qualified for Money in the Bank last week by defeating Jay Lethal in a one-on-one matchup. It was an entertaining match, but Lethal tired himself out. Reigns was too resilient, hung in there, and the spear finished things. Roman Reigns, of course, was looking to become the #1 contender a few weeks back against CM Punk, but he just fell short in what you can easily say so far has been his biggest match as a member of the Monday Night Raw roster. Now, though, he gets a non-title opportunity against Marty Scurll. Scurll, who, by the way, is fighting only his second match on Raw since winning the World title 2 months ago. Fun fact for you there. But the point that I was going to make was Roman Reigns is wrestling a huge match here tonight. If he beats Scurll, which could happen considering the role that Roman Reigns has been on, you know, the victories over Undertaker, over the likes of Bobby Roode, trying to think of some others. I think he beat Shawn Michaels at one point, although I think that one is incorrect. You know, those two, but there, Jay Lethal last week, he's picked up a lot of victories already, and his only loss has come to CM Punk, the #1 contender to that man's world title. However, you've got to think Marty Scurll is on top of the damn world right now after what he did at Vengeance 2 weeks ago, when he sent Adam Cole away from this roster, when he sent Adam Cole away from Monday Night Raw. Adam Cole put it all on the line to be World Heavyweight Champion, and Marty Scurll made him tap out, which was a huge, huge outcome. Marty Scurll will defend his World Heavyweight Championship and Money in the Bank against CM Punk in what is going to be an incredible match between those two men. However, here tonight in this main event right now, he has got to focus on that man right there, Roman Reigns. Neither of these two men are respected by the crowd. Neither of these two men really are favorites in some senses. Scurll was very divisive heading into WrestleMania, but since then, and certainly after Vengeance, when he sent Adam Cole away, a man who would finally warmed his way into the hearts of the fans of Monday Night Raw, Marty Scurll immediately became public enemy #1. And now we have these two men squaring off with one another. As I said, a huge chance here tonight for Roman Reigns. If he wins, he's looking at a future #1 contender match. He's looking at a future World Heavyweight Championship match by default. If he wins Money in the Bank, Roman Reigns has a chance of, hypothetically, becoming a double world champion, which would be something to behold indeed. But Marty Scurll has been in a lot of big matches. And oh, look at this to Roman Reigns now. That takes strength to pull something like that off, and Scurll is giving up a good... Oh, I wouldn't like to guess. Scurll may be weighing about 210. Roman Reigns up in about the 260s. It's a lot to achieve there by Scurll. Despite the actions that Marty Scurll has taken, it is no doubt in my mind that I am quite the fan of Scurll as an in-ring competitor. He is very difficult to read, and there's something about him that, for all the hateful things that he does indeed do, he's got a charm to him. But that doesn't mean to say that he's my favorite on the Raw roster, because he certainly isn't. However, make no mistake about it, in Chicago on June 17th, Scurll is 100% in enemy territory when he takes on CM Punk. He's in Punk's home crowd on a night where Punk can become a 6-time world champion, as Scurll is sent into the steel rung there. He took it off and he paid for it, but a night where, yeah, Punk can become a 6-time world champion in front of his home crowd in Chicago. He is already a crowd favorite everywhere we go. That is going to be amplified when we're in Chicago, and Scurll is certainly not going to be having anyone cheering him on heading into that matchup. That is for sure. And if he walks out of Money in the Bank still with that title around his waist, oh boy. Oh boy. Is Raw going to have some trouble dealing with that. Roman Reigns right now, oh, taking full advantage of a situation there. Snake Eyes on the steel rung, looking to beat the world champion, but Scurll kicking out very early on indeed. Had a chin lock applied there, and even with the strength that Roman Reigns has going for him, he couldn't keep it locked in there. Scurll able to slip his way out of it. But Roman Reigns just too powerful for Scurll. And this is where the power of Roman Reigns really comes into play, when he's got himself going a little bit, when he's got the gears fired up underneath him. When he's able to go from one big move to the other, that's when Roman Reigns is at his most dangerous. He was thinking Superman punch there. That was genius by Marty Scurll. Slipped under it. Flip powerbomb there to Roman Reigns from the World Heavyweight Champion. The villain thinking big there and now going after the arm. Oh, this is smart by Marty Scurll, of course, taking away the spear, taking away the Superman punch maybe, and certainly taking away a lot of the power that he can possess. Scurll again, another flip powerbomb. How he executes something like that is incredible. And Scurll now. Scurll gonna look for something big here. Scurll with a kick in the gut. The very move that laid out CM Punk last week. Scurll. Bird of prey. Will this beat Roman Reigns here? The cover, the count, the 1, the 2, and the kick out from Reigns. Scurll thought he had him there. He really did, but Roman Reigns stays in it. Fights on. And keeps on going here. And oh, look at that lock there applied. Not going to happen, though, as Roman Reigns uses his brute power to get out of it there, and perhaps to even up the playing field a little bit here between both sides. Reigns now slugging it out with Scurll. Scurll going to slug it out back with him, though. Kick in the gut. Is he going to look for that flip powerbomb again? He is, and he gets it. He goes for the cover this time, hoping to put away Reigns, who kicks out right away. Oh, look at this. Marty Scurll trying to take a page out of Sting's book there. Man, who he beat a few weeks back with a Scorpion Death. Scorpion Deathlock. Reigns, though, catches him. Spear by Reigns. Could this be a huge win on its way for Roman Reigns? No. Scurll kicks at it, too. And as huge as a win that could have been heading into Money in the Bank, it's just not to be. But Roman Reigns is not letting up here. Boston Crab applied on the world champion right now, trying to get him to tap out before his matchup at Money in the Bank. Scurll crawling to the ropes, trying to make it, but powers out of it in his own right. Oh, and Scurll trying to use the ropes to his advantage here, trying to finish off Reigns in this fashion. Reigns able to kick out. Barely caught him with that clothesline there. Did Roman Reigns, but did enough to perhaps change things around a little bit. Look at how he gets him up on his shoulders here. Scurll, though, able to slip out of it and take away the leg from the big man. Smart idea by Scurll, and again he goes after the arm here. Working it down. Oh, right on the shoulder blade there. That was harsh by Scurll, but it could have been enough to help him towards victory. Early kick out by Reigns. Marty Scurll is in the turnbuckle. Scurll feels something here with Reigns. Scurll gonna go for Panama Sunrise. Of course he would. And all of a sudden, things aren't looking so good for Roman Reigns right now. Oh, he's going to go for it again. He's destined to finish Reigns off here with it. Bird of prey. Roman Reigns goes down. And the cover from Scurll. 1, 2, 3. Scurll beats Roman Reigns here. That is a message for CM Punk to take. Another win for Marty Scurll that was well needed on the way to Money in the Bank, and another way of trying to get one over on this man. But oh, revenge is a dish best served cold. CM Punk from behind on Marty Scurll. The 5-time world champion just jumped the man who he challenges in 2 weeks. The knee in the corner. The Bulldog as well. Oh, he's going to give him a receipt for last week. CM Punk has Scurll in position and ready to strike. Punk, go to sleep to Marty Scurll. The message has been sent by that man right there. CM Punk has Marty Scurll down on the mat, courtesy of the go to sleep. Revenge has been a dish served for CM Punk, but on June 17th, will he serve up the World Heavyweight Championship with it all? Is CM Punk heading out of Chicago with that world title around his waist? Time will only tell, but oh, we are in for a good one at Money in the Bank.